Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Magnificent Kimberly here. So today I'm going to be talking about single moms breaking generational curses. So what I want to start with is that there are a lot of stereotypes and statistics about single moms. But I want to be the first to tell you that you are not a statistic just because you are a single mom. Yes, there's a lot of statistics about us and a lot of stereotypes about us, but that doesn't make it true. And I also want to put in place that every single mother is different. Every single mother's situation is different. Every single mother who left their child's father, it was for a different reason. Y'all might not have worked out. You may have realized this is the person for you. This was a toxic situation with, being with your child's father and everything like that. Some of you may have been married, and some of you may have not been married. So, that's fine too. But God will still bless you. God will still bless your children. But yeah, I want to start out with that. Is you made the right decision in leaving and realizing that you deserve better, or realizing that this person isn't for you and that God didn't call you to be with this person. Because God will let you know, and He will give you signs and clarity as to whether He wants you to be with someone, whether that person is for you or not. Whether God, designed this particular person for you, you'll know. And so now I want to go over a little bit about, the stereotypes and statistics of single moms. I don't know if I already went over this, but yeah. So 40% of children are growing up in a home without the father. 71% of children are not. 71% of children from fatherless homes tend to drop out of school, and not take their education seriously. So what I want to say about that is it depends. Every situation is different, because some children, this kind of depends, because, we all know that our children need to go to high school and get their high school diploma or at least a GED. But some children either go on to go to college, or they get a job and they don't go to college, or they pick up a trade, like they go to some type of trade school, like technician school, whatever it is, it doesn't matter, as long as that's their purpose, as long as they're walking in their purpose. And mind you, every situation is different. Like if they had a toxic single mother, then I guess in a sense it makes sense why they wouldn't go to college, or why they wouldn't go, why they wouldn't graduate with their high school diploma. But if they have a healthy single mother, I feel like they would take their education seriously, especially if they had a single mother who did take her education seriously. And another thing is, a lot of single mothers are college students. So a lot of us are going to college to better ourselves, to improve ourselves, and to provide for our children as well. So, I'm extremely proud of us all, because all I want for single mothers and myself, because I am a single mother as well, all I want for all of us is to succeed and achieve our goals and work towards our goals and improve ourselves as a person, and not make the same decisions and choices that we made in terms of being careful on how we choose a partner. And now on to the next thing. So how we choose our partner, for example, with our child's father, whatever, they have certain generational cycles and generational curses that can impact our children. So that's why I say we need to be careful in the type of partner we choose for our children, because whatever generational cycles or curses they have, it can most likely be passed down. But if you are anointed and you are from the will of God, God can let it be so that although the parent has that won't affect the child, and that won't come to the child. Especially if you're anointed, especially if you're within the will of God, walking with God, walking in obedience with God, and in alignment with Him, He will make sure your child will be blessed, and He will bless your seed and bless your children and future generations after your children. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, so now we got that all out. Let's talk about what generational curses and cycles are. So a generational curse or cycle is a pattern of thoughts, perspectives, or beliefs that are passed down from one generation to another throughout families. So, and it could be these cycles. Another thing about this, so these cycles can be positive or negative. Most of the time I feel like it's negative. They can also be positive. It can include traits, habits, attitudes, and behavior patterns. They can also highlight the impact that parents and caregivers have on their children. So for me, I want to create a positive and a healthy generational cycle. And so, and also generational blessings for not only my child, but also for generations after him. So, although we did repeat a cycle in the sense that we're a single mom, I was just talking to one of my friends today, and I was just like, maybe being a single mom is a blessing in disguise, you know? Like, of course, nobody wants to be a single mom, and especially if you're the only present parent. Nobody wants to be a single mom and carry all this weight, all this heavy weight around with them in terms of the full responsibility of taking care of a child, raising a child, being financially responsible and established and all that. Nobody wants to take on all that by themselves, and also trying to be both parents to your child/children. But at the same time, God can be blessing you although you are a single mom, because of the fact that God is trying to break off some generational cycles and curses off of your bloodline, and so that, you know, your child doesn't have to go through the same thing you went through. Your child doesn't have to be the chosen one, per se, to break the cycle. Your child doesn't have to suffer the generational curses and cycles that you suffer and that you have to break. Instead, your child will be able to will be able to repeat positive generational cycles that you created, and also experience generational blessings. And so that's something that, you know, a lot of us don't talk about. I didn't even know generational blessings was a thing, because we hear so much about generational curses. But yes, generational blessings is a thing. And so the decisions we make right now when they're young is the decisions that's going to be like the foundation for them to follow as they get older. And so what I'm trying to do is create generational blessings and create a positive generational cycle for my son to follow, because it's so important. I don't want him to have to, you know, break any generational cycles, like I said, or curses or anything like that. And so the work is starting with me and my generation, and I'm doing my best to do that. Single moms face a lot, like they face a lot of hardship from having full or partial responsibility, although partial responsibility is not that bad. But again, if you have a parent or that's absent and it's not present, most of it falls on you. Okay, so single moms experience, you know, hardships, the weight of being a single mom, from financial to emotional to physical. Some of us have to work, you know, 1 to 2, 3 jobs just to be able to provide for our children and everything like that. And so it's definitely a lot. Also, single moms may also still experience postpartum depression even after having a child, or even 6 months to a year after having a child. And honestly, postpartum depression can also last for years after having a child. So this is a very real condition that a lot of us experience, especially if you're a single mom. And even if you're a married mom, you may also experience this too. But I feel like it's way worse in a case where you're a single mom and everything is on you. So yeah, they also experience that. They also experience negative stereotypes, as you guys know, negative stereotypes, negative statistics about them, and it can be very discouraging. And so I'm going to put some article links down in my bio about, you know, about positive affirmations for single moms, because we hear so many negative affirmations, or, you know, talk about single moms, and you need more positive ones, because there are a lot of us out here. Okay, so there's definitely an importance of single moms getting their education, having support systems implemented, and also resilience. Like, for example, although I'm a single mom, and although I didn't enter college being a single mom, I left college being a single mom. And so I really had to take my education seriously. And I'm not going to talk about this, but I really had to take my education seriously. And I really had to push through some barriers and obstacles just so I could get my degree. And so single moms overcome a lot of educational and academic obstacles with having to balance work and their education and their child. They face, what else? Also support systems. So a lot of single moms may not have positive support systems. They may not have like a whole village, or even just a village in general, to be able to help them with their child. So it's very important that if you don't have a familial village, like a village within your family, that you create or establish a support system in a village, because The one thing I want to let you guys know or elaborate on is that it takes a village to raise a child. Like, yes, single moms are raising children every day, whether it's on their own or with family or without family, with or without support. It truly takes a village to raise your child, especially as a single mother. And so I just want you guys to remember that and to lean on your village. What else? Okay, so yeah, I'm going to share two different stories, and I know that you guys know these people. So Sarah Jake Roberts, she's a great pastor. I like her. I didn't know this, but she had her son Malachi when she was 14 years old, and now she's a pastor. She's doing great. I think yeah, she's doing great and everything, and it was just very inspiring because I didn't know that. When I found it out like a couple months ago, I was like, what? Because I did not even know that. And the funny thing is, my son is also named Malachi too. So I'm just like, and it's spelled the same way. I'm just like, what? Wow, like it really resonated with me. Another story, another person, she's very famous. She's a singer. Her name is Sierra. I don't really know her last name, but you guys know her as Sierra. And I don't know if she was a single mom per se, but I feel like her story kind of inspired me because she was dealing with someone who was, aka Future, who was, I don't want to say he wasn't a good person, but I feel like he was toxic for her, and he didn't really know how to treat her the way she deserved. And so she had a child with Future, and eventually she met a man named Russell Wilson, and honey, he is treating her like the queen she is, and I think they even had like 1 or 2 kids after after the first child she had with Future. So it's just very inspiring to me, and I just want you guys to know that you're not alone in this. Like, we will get the man we deserve. We surely will. So the takeaway I want you guys to get from this is that don't let negative stereotypes and statistics get you down. Because again, every single mother is different, and people don't know you. People don't know your story and what you've been through and everything like that. So it doesn't even matter. Like, don't even pay attention to what people think. And the funny thing is, a lot of men don't care if you have a child. Like, a lot of men would date you regardless if you have a child or not. And some men, may have children and they may want to date you, or some men may not have children and still want to date you. So it's really about, it's just really about not letting yourself get discouraged. Also, although there are negative generational cycles and generational curses, we can create generational blessings and positive generational cycles by doing the work within ourselves. Also, there are a lot of healthy, great single mothers, and there are a lot of children who do go on to get their education. There are a lot of children who do end up being successful. And especially if you are within the will of God, like I said, God will make sure your child is blessed. God will provide for you and your child. And that's a fact. And so I just want you guys to share your stories down below in the comments. Share your stories, share your experiences if you're a single mother. I know most of my viewers are 52% female and 80% male, so I pray that this resonates with you. If you are a single mother, or if you were raised by a single mother, I pray that this resonates with you. Also, please like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in, and I pray you guys have a great day. Bye.